Welcome back to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall. Connecticut lawmakers, gun violence survivors, and families held a news conference to mark the anniversary of the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting and looked back on that day. Well, it's been more than a decade since the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary that took the lives of 26 people. Advocates against gun violence and lawmakers joined together to mark the 11th year anniversary, and that's coming up next week, and to recognize the work to prevent gun violence. Well, this comes a day after the deadly shooting at UNLV.
We are not letting this go until Sandy Hook doesn't happen again.
Never give up, and don't take no for an answer.
Senate Democrats tried to pass an assault weapons ban, but it was blocked by Republican senators. And joining me now is Sam Schwartz. He was on Capitol Hill this week. Sam's cousin Alex was killed in the Parkland shooting. Sam, welcome back to Capitol Review.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Sam, you've dedicated yourself to fighting for gun reform. Talk about why you joined lawmakers this week on Capitol Hill.
So, when I was on this show last time, it was the beginning, I think maybe the end of May, the beginning of June. We were about to embark on a 7-day sit-in right next to the Capitol building in DC. And the reason that we did that was to push the Senate to vote on the assault weapons ban. And the reason why I went back is because the sit-in was successful and they listened to the thousands of people that came out to the sit-in and who fought for this across the whole country. And we got a vote not only on the assault weapons ban, but on Ethan's Law, which is a safe storage bill, and Senator Chris Murphy's Background Checks Expansion Act, which was huge. And it was just a major signal to the country that Democrats, this is what happens when we have a Democratic majority, that they're going to fight for gun control. So the juxtaposition of Democrats putting this up for unanimous consent vote, and then Republicans just immediately blocking it. All three of those bills were immediately blocked by Republicans. The difference couldn't be more clear between which party is fighting for the American people and which party is fighting for the gun lobby.
As you know, there were 2 mass shootings this week, one in Texas, one in Las Vegas. What's your reaction to another mass shooting in this country?
I mean, I really don't have anything new to say. Every single time it happens, it's horrible. I want to point out that while we were 2 hours after Republicans blocked these bills, the Las Vegas shooting happened. Okay, so it just was another reminder to us that when you block gun control bills, and you block these bills that we know will save lives, that are proven by data and statistics, it's not just emotional speculation here. These bills will save lives. They've been proven before that they will. When you block these bills, then we get more mass shootings. Then more Americans lose their lives. So we were at the National Vigil for all victims of gun violence, and all of us, probably close to 250 gun violence survivors from across the whole country. We got the news of the Las Vegas shooting. And that was just ironic, seeing as we were at a vigil for all victims of gun violence from people across the whole country, red and blue states. And, maybe if Republicans would say no to the gun lobby and put the American people over profit, then maybe the Las Vegas shooting or the Texas shooting wouldn't happen. But I think we're over 600 mass shootings this year, and it's because they're not willing to take action on this issue. They are more interested in fighting for the gun lobby and putting money into their campaigns. That's all.
Sam, I really thought after Sandy Hook that we would see some changes. I don't know why Sandy Hook really caught my attention, because they all are the same. They're tragedies. But, why do you continue to fight this fight and remain optimistic when you know that some lawmakers will continue to block gun reform? How do we change the trajectory in all this?
Well, 2 things. The most important thing we can do in this movement is keep hope. If we lose hope, which is what the other side wants us to do, they are hoping that we lose hope. Then we have nothing. We need to honor the ones we've lost with action. That's what we always say. Honor with action. I want my cousin who was killed in the Parkland shooting. I want his memory to serve as the end of gun violence, right? I want his death to have some silver lining so that he paid the price of AR-15s being legal with his life, okay? It's really the only thing that we have is to fight for these bills that we know will save lives. And also, it's not like we are powerless anymore. For the first time in American history, this gun violence prevention movement is stronger than the gun lobby. We're stronger than the NRA. Millions of people are leaving the NRA. They're not making money like they used to. They're not constantly winning like they used to. In fact, the gun violence prevention movement is the one that's constantly winning. President Biden just opened the very first Office of Gun Violence Prevention, which was a massive deal. Hundreds of thousands of people, young people across the whole country, asked them for that, and they did it. The Bipartisan Safer Communities Act was just put into place, I think 2 summers ago. That was huge as well. So it's not like we're not winning. And then across state lines, there's wins every single day with gun safety laws. So we know that these will save lives. It's just a matter of getting out and voting in 2024 so that we can elect more Democrats who are going to prioritize Americans' lives over all else. That's it, really.
Sam Schwartz, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.